Here we go again, mate. It's another week.
Hello, mate. You alright?
Yeah, good. Yeah, just ploughing on through. This week, I think you're on the George. Is that correct?
Yeah, I'm on the George this week. Yeah, I've got something special lined up.
All right, that's cool. I'm just going to go to Facebook and see what's happening in the
All right, mate.
background, so we
All
can
right, mate.
interact with some of the comments as they come up. But see,
Yeah, we're. I don't know if you've noticed. If you're watching at home, I don't know if you've noticed, but I might seem quite relaxed, chilled out, and I don't know if you're picking up that background noise. There is no background
no,
noise,
you, no, what? No, I can't hear any background noise.
mate. The dog is laying on his back by the front door, legs in the air, and all three children are in school. I am on my own in the kitchen, relaxing. I've just been doing some videos for YouTube for CVM, writing some content, bit of devotional reading for today, and it is a beautiful, tranquil environment to be in. Long time coming.
What videos you been doing, mate?
I've been doing resource videos, so we're going to put a load of stuff on our YouTube channel. So don't forget, if you can, like and subscribe to the YouTube channel. That helps us loads. And it's simple to do. Here you go, just on the screen. Click subscribe, turn on bell notifications, and then you get updates whenever we go live or we put stuff on YouTube. Because we're trying to use it more, trying to grow the content that's going to go through our YouTube channel. If you haven't got YouTube on your phone, if you've got a smartphone, you can download the YouTube app. It's super easy to use. It's actually a really good app. And we're going to be putting a load of cool stuff on there. So, yeah, I've been doing a load of
Coming
videos
up,
for
haven't we?
that. Yeah, absolutely, mate. Got some good stuff coming up. So, if you've got the app and you're subscribed, then when we go live for the big CVM Big Takeaway, number 2, 13th of April, Tuesday night, you will get an alert on your phone that will just tell you, look, the guys have gone live, tune in. And you just hit that notification, it takes you straight into the app, and you can watch on YouTube live, and you can also comment live, which is really cool. So, yeah, loads of stuff like that, mate. Writing resources. We are recording, you know this, but Carl and I, are recording Code Talks at the end of this month. So this is an exciting one because it's our version of Alpha, not as detailed into the kind of Christian journey, as it were, and all the facets of what it means to be a Christian, but we're linking it very much to the code and what it means to live out your Christian life and what it means to discover the truth about Jesus too. So yeah, we're recording Code Talk. So if you're in a men's group, a CVM partner men's group, you will be getting that resource. 12 videos. There's a booklet as well. It's going to be pretty exciting. So we're working on that at the moment. So that's pretty cool.
No, nice, mate. There's some good stuff there. And then, of course, we're very much hoping to be back on the road together, aren't we? And
Yes, mate.
yeah, we have all kinds of plans to be bringing the gospel of Jesus Christ out to the men across the UK.
Yeah.
And they're gathering stuff coming up. Yeah, there's a lot. There's actually we've got plans now, haven't we? We've got plans, solid plans for the next chapter.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm like a champagne cork ready to pop and just get out there and do my thing on the road.
Yeah. Waiting to pop.
We've not got long.
You know,
Not hopefully. So.
No, it won't be long now. Also, Big Al was saying to us earlier, and this might be of interest to us. The UK Space Agency are looking for a new chief executive, and basically they're looking for someone who can lead an organisation, inspire the next generation, and handle the rigours of the space agency. And I think I've had a look at the job description.
Yeah.
Mate, I think you and we could easily do that job if it doesn't involve much rocket science understanding. I actually think we could do that job, and the pay's 125 grand a year. That's quite nice.
Oh, mate, yeah, that's the incentive. I mean, 125 large. To be honest with you, I mean, we run an international mission agency with sellotape and tin cans. You know,
A double
you
decker.
can imagine the resources at our disposal. We'd have absolutely no problem at all. And I know about space. I know about space.
This is the thing, mate. This is the thing. 500 million budget. and
Yeah.
you and I can look for a telescope, can't we? So
Mate, Big Phil on Sunday Night Live, he's got a proper observatory in his dad's garden.
Give advice. Yeah,
He could be our consultant. No, actually, no bother at all. And not being funny, I mean, I've landed the space shuttle on my computer.
you are.
I've done that. I've actually landed it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. So what else
a
do they
Lego
need?
Millennium Falcon,
Yeah.
Were
I
you
think
just
he's got
there giving jobs to your mates with no proven experience?
He's
Yeah.
got a telescope.
Yeah.
What do you
Oh,
mean?
brilliant. You're qualified.
Yeah. Look, the thing is, basically, what the European Space Agency, now we've come out of Europe and we haven't got the European Space Agency anymore, what the
Yeah.
UK Space Agency needs when it actually exists is a couple of ducker divers who can make something out of nothing.
Yeah.
Basically, needs to be able to make something out of nothing because that budget's not actually very big. And we know, me and you, for many years now, have made a little bit of money go a very long way. And that's basically what you need. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think we could weaponise a lot of their tech. I think we'd have some really creative ideas. Because obviously, Anyway, fill in the form, mate. I think you've got it. I'll back you all the way. Give you a good reference.
This leads me to our upcoming feature at our national HQ. As you know, we're looking. Well, you know, but other people don't know. That for the Edge, I'm looking at taking over a large church and making it into our national headquarters. And there's potential of shared space for other mission agencies, using the word mission there in terms of space. But we are looking at creating a new feature, the middle of Lidl display centre. Instead of setting up, a high studio, we thought we'd have the middle of Lidl display hall, all nice lighting and perspex stand, glass cases.
Yeah.
And we'd once a month go to the middle aisle of Lidl and display various items that we find. So, we could have a wetsuit, a George Foreman grill, and a putter.
Yeah. And an arc welder.
Yeah, an arc welder. Yeah. I mean, now,
go on.
Go on. Well,
I was going
earlier,
to say,
go on. Because the producer wanted to know if you suggested to him back in the office, Narnia, you suggested to him that the office had a George Foreman grill, and he literally ran off faster than you've ever seen him move before, didn't he? Lightning.
Mate, I've never seen him move that quick. He was having a bag of microwave rice, and I said to him, "Why are you eating that? Like, why don't you get the George out and grill yourself some turkey breast or, And he was like, "There is not a George in the office. You've left me no catering supplies." And I said to him, "There are supplies there." And he ran down and he actually found. I think he's got it now on camera. We might go to a grand opening here. Here we go. This is the Lidl Silvercrest.
Yes, this is a middle of Lidl artifact. This is the well-established, legendary Silvercrest grill. Lidl, obviously famed for their Silvercrest quality items, and let's just have a look at. So he went to get it, thought I could grill something, and he opened it up, didn't he? Look what.
So can I just say, sadly, I was the only person using that grill in the office, and Anne, who is our wonderful administrator at CVM, she took it on as a personal kind of serving ministry to wash and clean the George. And I think what's happened there is I've used it, put it away, and Anne hasn't seen it, and that must be 6 months ago. So what we're saying is now, if you're going to use it, it might need a little TLC.
I mean, basically, what we're saying is that the centre isle of Liddle, the middle of Liddle, is the place to find the Silver Quest items, and we are going to set up a display hall in our new headquarters for the middle of Liddle, and there will be
Oh,
a weekly feature. We'll display various items. I think over the year, linking all the subjects together, over the year we could get enough items to go to the moon.
easily, easily, mate. I mean, we've got a load of stuff there,
Yeah,
and
loads.
Elon,
We can do
Elon's
less than a
sending.
few billion.
Oh, mate, Elon, he's sending these rockets up in the next couple of years, stacked full of supplies for Mars. I mean, we could make a strong case to get some of this stuff out to Mars to colonate early human survival on Mars. I mean, what more they need other than a George? Oh,
Now,
apparently other
there,
supermarkets are available.
yeah, there's just got a disclaimer to come up on the screen, I believe. Well, it's all about it. But the
But
other
they
problem
don't
is at
have
the
a
middle of
middle
Lidl,
aisle like Lidl.
you don't have a middle aisle like Lidl, and it don't rhyme. The middle of Lidl. I'm a big, I'm a big fan. Where are you gone?
I'm turning on the George, mate. I'm getting ready. I'm
Oh, that's it.
anticipating a
You know,
feature
we've got to
flick.
get ready absolutely, I forgot all about that. So last week, and I'm trying to remember what I cooked last week. I think I did a classic toasty with a twist, and
Yeah.
I did the mushrooms and some shallots and pre-grilled them first, and then I did a few little tips on, soak up the juice, the mushrooms, and everything else into the bread as you grill it, put it all together, some mature cheddar. So this week it's you. But before we do that, just talking about space. Before we came on, because we started talking about applying to be the director of the
Yeah.
UK agency, which I might put my papers in. I did get a U in A level chemistry, but I got a B in the practical. So
What's
you
you
know, I
stand for? Unbelievable.
unclassified.
Unprecedented.
Um,
Okay.
but I did do substantially better in my classical subjects. But our chemistry teacher, basically, back in the 80s, my chemistry teacher had a heart attack and they never replaced him. We just got given a syllabus and a few lab checks, and it all went pear shaped for
Oh,
everyone. It's back in the day when that sort of thing happened. When they used to chuck board rubbers at your head and bits of chalk, and do you remember those days? Were you in school then
yeah,
when you get physically
yeah,
assaulted? Yeah.
yeah. It started to peter out, but I did watch a few instances like that at school. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a bit, yeah. Yeah, I did get board rubbers and chalk chucked at me. But anyway, do you know what? I've been watching, jokes aside, I've actually been watching some documentaries around the Apollo landings, and I watched First Man again. And
Oh
Joe,
yeah.
when Neil Armstrong was landing on the moon, they landed. Now, Buzz Aldrin, went out with him, is the second man on the moon, said, we didn't exactly have a dipstick, but we calculated we had less than 15 seconds fuel left when they touched down.
Wow.
It was
Wow.
right on the wire. They just would have been drifting, man. They just would have been in so much trouble. But his heart rate, Neil Armstrong's heart rate, didn't go above 100, 110 or something mad like that. It's something like it's
Yeah.
low. I mean, it wasn't even like he was on a treadmill. These guys are just made of something else, aren't they? And the
Yeah.
reason I'm saying that, that's what we're like. We are like,
Yeah.
just before we
Yeah.
came online, my microphone didn't
Yeah.
work. I
Yeah.
exhibited no panic at all. That's the kind of stuff
No.
they're looking for in an astronaut.
No panic. No flapping.
No,
Yeah. I didn't even feel slightly stressed or anxious.
that's it.
I just sat here.
Yeah,
Uh,
just you sat with mom, and I just pressed a few buttons, got in touch with mission control. You know.
sorted it out.
Anyway,
We have got some comments. We have got a few
Maverick.
comments. Paul Lilly, afternoon chaps. Good to see Nathan looking so relaxed. Yeah, I'll tell you what. Oh, it's another world. And my creative brain is coming back alive. It was lockdown with the kids at home. Oh my word! I mean, a lot of people are going through a lot worse. I know that, but it was slightly intense. It's a pressure time. Andrew is saying Beechy and Blackers in space, out of this world. Wouldn't it be amazing? Wouldn't it be amazing?
Oh, honestly, mate, I can see it happening. You should put a
Yeah.
combined joint CEO application in.
Oh
I can
mate,
see it happening.
I think we could smash that job.
Um, what you got going? I mean, we're going to open our Bibles in a bit. and we're going to be talking about a few little of the week. But before that, we always do a culinary masterclass. I'm liking the setup I can see on the preview screen. So let's watch that over. Let's go to food cam, and why don't you talk us through it?
All right, mate. I'll head over there.
Hmm.
Oh, I can smell. Do you know what? As I'm wandering over it, I can smell the George. It's just warmed up. It's ready to go. Right.
Yeah.
Let me talk
That
you
is one of
through
the
what we've
secret
got
things.
here.
Warming up the George is a very important thing.
Oh, absolutely. You've got to get that right. Now, I'm going to go a little bit mobile freestyle today to give you. So that's where my command station is over there. You can see. But
Yeah.
I'm going to be over here. So what I'm going to prepare for you today, for me actually, is a salad because I'm on a bit of a diet. I'm trying to get back in shape, and I'm going low carb. So I'm going to prepare garlic butter king prawns with a
Yeah.
delicious side salad. That's where I'm going to take
Okay.
us today.
Interesting.
Now, I didn't have any skewers, but Aldi had this knitting needle set, and I think that is going to serve very nicely. Only $2.99. So if you are looking for some 4mm or 6mm knitting needles, get yourself to Aldi pretty sharpish. There are other supermarkets available.
And you're going to be cooking them pre-cooked prawns on the George.
Yeah, I couldn't find uncooked prawns, but obviously if
Okay.
you do get those, lovely. Yeah, yeah. I hope I didn't think you'd notice that, but so what I've got here is I'm just going to chop up
That's a
some
big salad you did now, mate. You've got a lot of salad there.
where in the background.
No, in front of you, the chocolate chip cookies.
No, hang on. That's not my stuff. Look,
Oh,
this is what I have to put over the kids eating these yum yums. I don't eat them, but I'm just chopping up a little bit of fresh basil and parsley here.
yeah. Oh,
Yeah,
very good.
get that nice. Now in here I've
Mm.
got. I just took you through my ingredients. I've got obviously king prawns. I've got a little bit of butter, not too much, but a little bit. This is obviously for Jen, my wife, and I are going to be eating this. I've got some chopped garlic. I find this a really easy way of doing it. Look at that, all ready to go. Salt, pepper. I do like a little bit of hot paprika in there.
Oh, yeah, nice.
And then again, we've got the oil here,
Right.
coconut oil, just to
Yeah.
spray on the George. Yeah. Right, I'm going to bring you over to me food prep area. And what I'm going to do is just reduce down the butter and the garlic. So get that on. Get that on. Not too hot. Right. Because what we like
This
to
is
show you is we're
compelling.
not. Yeah, I mean this is
Just
rich and
notice what
compelling.
Nathan's doing there. He's making sure that butter goes all around the pan.
Yeah. Yeah, if you could do a bit of commentary, Beechy, that'd be lovely.
Yeah, and he's making sure that the spoon don't scrape up the Teflon. He's just heating it on maximum. He's just letting that butter slowly nestle into the base of the pan there, and a little bit of that. Show us a label for that. That's the easy garlic made simple, very lazy chopped garlic. Has a slight. They chop it up and they put in like almost a mild vinaigrette type thing. So you get
That's it.
the
Yes, mate.
sharp flavour. Yeah, very good. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so that heat is on a mild setting. That's not on full, is it? And what are you
No, just
scattering in there? That's the
that
parsley.
is
And
parsley and some basil.
lovely.
So we've
Yeah,
got
just letting
lovely
the
bit of
flavours mix in together.
yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
You don't need to go crazy. You're not looking to burn anything, or you're just fusing the flavours together. That's it. I'm just going to
That's
take
it.
that off the heat while I grab me.
Mike Linander says, I'm glad it's parsley. I was worried it was coriander for a minute. Now I'm a big coriander fan.
Oh really?
I love
Yeah.
coriander. Yes, good shout the parsley.
Yeah. Just a little hot paprika. I'm having trouble saying that. Paprika. There you go. A little bit of
Paprika.
paprika.
Yeah, no, you're just doing that by feel, aren't you? You're just sensing
Yeah,
how.
very much so. Yeah, just by feel. And I don't know if you noticed there, but I just lift it off the heat a little bit. You know,
That's it.
you don't want to
You
keep
don't
it
want
on
to
the
burn
heat
it.
too long. Just till
Yeah.
it starts to brown, that is where you want it. That's about right. So I'm going to off the heat,
Yeah.
and that's obviously my delicious sauce. So we're going to
Yeah.
take this back over to the workstation. Actually, no, that's hot, so I'll leave that on there. Now, what the next job is to get these. Now you can get these obviously cooked like this. I mean, I've got cooked just to speed up the process, obviously. I think
So
these
you're
come from
putting
Southend.
the pre-cooked prawns on the jaws to cook up. Yeah. You're
Yeah,
heating through. You're going to gently heating
what,
through. Gently heating through.
yeah, it's a heating and a fusing, an infusion of the food flavours is what I'm going for.
Yes.
So here we go. Obviously, I'm not going to want to use the 6mm knitting needles. I'm going to go for the 4, I think, on this.
Mm. So for those just tuning in, Nathan, normally we're advocates for the middle of Lidl, but he went to Aldi, didn't have any skewers, so he's found some knitting needles for £2.99, and he's going for a
Yeah.
size. What size are you going for there?
This is the
A
4mm.
size. It's 4
Yeah.
mil knitting needle.
Yeah, you could obviously do the 6 if you've gone for a larger prawn.
And what are these knitting needles made out of?
That's a great question. These are a bamboo knitting set, which is, I think, the way you want to go if you're using them for cooking.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So this is a 4 mil bamboo knitting needle being used as a fish skewer.
Yeah,
And
I'm
notice
going to go
that
for 5.
because the prawns are pre-cooked before they're recooked, they're actually quite firm and staying on that quite well.
Yeah, which
Yeah.
is lovely. Yeah.
Mm.
Um,
Mm.
mm, yeah. I mean, I'm going to go 5 or 6 on here. I don't know. I mean, what would you recommend, Beechy, if you're having a delicious prawn
I'd
salad
be
like this?
a five prawn guy, I think.
I mean, they're obviously
And
quite large.
notice the way that Nathan is threading them on, all so they face the same direction, apart from the last one, um, which which adds an aesthetic to the whole presentation
Yeah,
when it goes to the
yeah,
customer's table. Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
And the good thing
So
about the
there.
knitting needles, the good thing about the knitting needles, of course, is that the bulbous bit at the end provides a good grip.
Yeah, exactly. Because you obviously got slippery fingers, and I'm not. There's no problems at all there with grip.
Stops the hand from sliding off at the end.
Exactly.
Yeah. Mm.
I'm nipping over to my hot station, and I've now got the pan here, which I prepared
Yeah.
earlier.
Yeah.
Hopefully, let me just pan up a little bit. There you go. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this over to the George now, and we'll do this over on the
Yeah.
George. So here we go. There's the George Foreman Family Edition.
Mm.
I'm just going to pop that in there.
Notice that Nathan's doing it at a slight angle. A slight angle.
Slight angle, just to make sure that they're on there nicely.
Mm.
And then we're going to give those a little bit of a coating. Again,
Yeah.
not going crazy, but yeah. I mean that. Oh, already.
Listen to that. I can smell
Yeah,
it through the screen, brother.
yeah. Already you're getting an infusion of the garlic, the basil, the parsley. We've got some salt and pepper on there. We've also got some paprika. I mean, this is the sort of stuff you order in a very high-end posh restaurant. And now we're just going to shut that, just to cook the cooked prawn just a little bit more, and create the infusion. While that's happening, I am just quickly plating up a little side salad. Are you still there, Beechy?
I'm just thinking. I mean, just looking for comments coming in. None so far on my Facebook feed, but
Oh, which is a surprise. I thought people would like this one.
yeah, no, it might be my Facebook are not working properly. Sometimes it doesn't update, but Well, I'm intrigued by how long you're going to leave this for. That's the big question I've got.
Yeah, and not long, my friend, not long. I'm just waiting for it maybe to just, the George often gets that lovely sort of griddling marks. I wouldn't mind seeing a
Yeah.
little bit of that. Um, and don't be, don't worry about doing a bit of a liberal coating on here. You can't really go wrong, I don't think, with this.
You can't.
And
Now,
again,
notice also you've not put the George on a slant today.
no, I've not put the George on a slant, just normal setup, and that should be just nice. I think.
Yeah,
I
Tim
think they're
Gilbert
cooking.
says it looks good enough to eat. Which
Yeah,
is quite
I
rare
mean,
for us, isn't it?
quite rare actually. Off camera, you can't see this, but I've just prepped a lovely little side salad with a little drop of mayonnaise. Um, again, this is a low carbohydrates option. As you can see, my salad. The George is almost finishing its cycle now, and
Yeah.
this will be a lovely lunch.
Let's take a look. Oh, look. Oh, yeah.
Look at
Listen to
that.
those
I
noises.
mean,
Sizzling pawns.
yeah, yeah. So I'm happy
Very
with
nice.
that. I'm going to turn the George off. Obviously, there's a little bit of drippage there. My drip tray's in the dishwasher, so I'll just do that. And then we can transport these, you see, seamlessly
Yeah.
over to the platelet. And what's nice is the knitting needle just suspends it quite nicely, the bamboo.
And what I like is the way that you have positioned the pawns on the knitting needle so that it's symmetrical on the plate as it rests there.
Yeah, yeah,
The overhang on your plate is just the same, or pretty much. So look at that beautiful symmetry,
yeah,
presentation.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
So there you go.
fantastic.
There's a delicious low carbs, or maybe even zero carbs if the mayonnaise maybe. So that is garlic buttered prawns with a side salad garnish. Oh, I'll take that over to my working area.
Alistair
My dog.
Wheatley Owl says, love a low carb lunch. And I mean, absolutely. We're low carbs all the way. Harry said that today. I had a bowl of cream and tomato soup with a extra mature cheese, but no butter. So there you go.
There you go.
And what
Right.
we just want to see a taste test from you before we have a little devotional thought as we
Okay, mate. Yeah, I'm back.
do a lot.
We've got some comments. Blackers knitting his own dinner on the George. What could go wrong? Healthy.
Very nice.
Yeah, I mean, it's nice that people are responding to this. I have
Someone
to
said,
say,
"Can we
I'm
watch
not.
Nathan clean?" Someone said, "Can we watch Nathan clean the George in another broadcast?" But actually, I did do 2 cleaning workshops
Yeah.
on the George in previous editions. I've done that.
Cleaning workshop. Uh, so I've obviously here got some salad, a little bit of mayonnaise, and a prawn.
Tell us what you've
Oh yeah.
tasted. Tell us what sensations are hitting you.
So you've got the initial crunch of the
Yeah.
salad garnish, which is lovely. Um,
Mm.
and then you do get a nice sort of bite with the paprika, the garlic, and the butter, just bringing in that really rich buttery sauce. I mean, it's lovely. Um,
No.
no, hang on. I'll take you over to the George. And Carl's done this before, but I'll quickly show you. Oh, Cam. Right, there's the George looking quite nasty.
Looks nasty. Bad.
Looks nasty. Here's the thing about the George that you need to realise. It is a
Look at that.
non-stick surface. And if you look after it, Al, unlike the one in the office you've been using, you will find that
If you
just
look after the
wipes
George,
away.
the George will look after you.
Well, you
That
couldn't
George
say
has
it
been
any
hidden
better.
under the sink for 6 months.
Technically speaking, it's not a George. It's a Silver Quest.
Yes, yeah, it's a silver crest. I mean, they've not got the full pattern, have they?
No,
Maybe
no, that's right.
that's where they've dropped the quality is on the non-stick surface because you wouldn't have that if it was a George.
No, cleans itself.
Yeah. There you go.
Look
So
at that. Clean already.
my
Beautiful.
my George is clean.
There you
Anyway,
go.
back to
Ladies. You know what? My favourite prawn marinade is extra virgin olive oil, a little bit of light brown sugar, soy sauce, lime juice, a bit of
what,
ginger. Mix all that up, and maybe some chicken as well, and then put them on the knitting needles.
mate? Put them on the bamboo knitting needles or
Yeah,
screwdrivers
will work.
would do the job.
So what you? I know you're having lunch, but what was your little? We always turn to the Bible. What was your little thought this week? I
So
did one last week, I think.
tell us about this when you wrote this. Remember?
Yeah, I can't read what it says in the front. That's the U2 one, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was to
So
help. That was to help people who give their lives to Christ. A little to help them get on the front foot of the spiritual disciplines.
yeah. So let's talk
That's what I
spiritual disciplines. This one, this one on prayer. So you've written here Ephesians 6:18. Pray in the Spirit on all occasions with all kinds of prayers and requests. With this in mind, be alert and always keep on praying for the Lord's people. I just want to read this bit you put in. One of the biggest and most amazing privileges we have is the ability to talk to God whenever we want to. We have the opportunity to dialogue with the creator of the universe. Not only that, but you soon start to realize that he really does answer prayer. Not always in the way we expect, but he does answer. And you go on to look at some routines for prayer. And I just thought it'd be quite interesting because I think for a lot of people, prayer is a bit of an unrealized treasure for a lot of people that
Yeah,
maybe following Jesus or trying to live out a Christian, walk, an authentic Christian life. And personally, for me, I've found praying sometimes to be just quite challenging, knowing what to say, stopping my mind from wandering, finding creative ways to pray, using the Bible to pray, praying with other
yeah,
people. Do you know what I mean? So I wondered just whether we could chat for a few minutes and give some advice or tips on how people, how the guys watching can really connect into an active prayer life. What do
yeah,
you think?
yeah. So, well, I think firstly, I think years ago we got taught really there was one method, and that was you get up early and you basically work through lists, or you got your reading plan, you work through lists, and you pray, and you maybe use the Lord's Prayer as a model or whatever. But then I think as years have gone by, I've realised that different people engage with God in different ways. Some
Yeah.
people need to be moving, walking, being active. I remember talking to one bloke used to CVM actually. He used to have a list of people he'd pray for, but he'd do it swimming laps in the morning.
Mm.
Because some people they need to move while they're praying. Jesus obviously had a model of withdrawing to lonely places. He'd often do amazing things, and then he would go to lonely places, withdraw, wouldn't he? And go just slip back into the
Yeah.
shadows, go up a mountain, drop into the woods, into the countryside, or whatever. So for me, the discipline is without question, without doubt, but we do need to um, understand that we're all wired differently. And for some people, contemplating in a space is important. For other people, getting on the move is important. So for me, I'm
Yeah.
a bit of both. So I'm trying to, I do doing several things. I've got these. I've just notepads that I started to write things I'm praying for in, and the idea is when I'm out on the road, not so much a moment, but I take them everywhere I go. And when
Yeah.
you encounter, because a lot of people say things like, "Oh yeah, I'll pray for you." Not on Facebook. Oh yeah, you're in my prayers. Really? Are you
Yeah.
really?
Yeah.
Write it down and just constantly on the
Interesting.
go with
Yeah.
that. Because I think
Do you know
sometimes
what, mate?
we say it. Yeah.
Yeah. No, you're right. I think sometimes we say it and I either forget, the intention's there, but we
Mm.
forget, or just, you're not got that rhythm in place. But one of the things I've seen, and this isn't I'm not under kind of playing this or overplaying it. The people I've seen, mainly the guys I've kind of worked with, I've got alongside, I've got to know really well in my life. Guys who've been following Jesus, guys
Yeah.
who you can see are in tune with God, if you like, if I can use those words, or or
Yeah.
they're really hearing from God and there's stuff happening around their lives, like kingdom stuff. They are guys who have a rhythm or a discipline of prayer. And it's
Yeah.
not, Billy Graham and that sort of generation, it's the war room or the secret place of prayer. Like, I remember David Wilkerson found a team challenge. He would always write in his books about this continual pattern of secret prayer. Just he had this place he'd go and be before God. But I think, like, perhaps now, like you're saying, more contemporary, there's guys who I know who, like you, have got this journal of prayer. Another guy called James, he's got these journals of praying and praying and praying and seeking God. And he's a guy, and God's blessing him. And I think there's a connection between our prayer life and how engaged and active and healthy our spiritual life is.
I think there's the word and the prayer and worship in there, the three components. So yeah, disciplines like fasting and stuff, but like Ephesians 6:18 says, pray at all times in the Spirit with every prayer and request, and stay alert with all perseverance and intercession for all the saints. So I think it's about this mobilized intercession, your personal prayer life is the lists, it's the manuals, it's moving if you need to move, but it's creating that space. So I'm going to do a couple of things. When I get my new office built, which is delayed because of the weather, in the garden, I'm going to have my end of the office where I work. I've got my computer, my writing desk and stuff. Then at the other end, I'm going to create a bit of an old school coffee table, cross, books, easy chair, lamp, and a few little gizzards to help me focus my prayer journals, Bibles, because I think there's something about creating a sacred space that works for me. Not everyone's got the luxury of doing it. No, I'm having to do that by putting it in my garden because I just think it's so important. But it could also be a place where you go where you encounter God. Like another place, from the two other places, one's a Chesterfield Canal, walking along the canal is very peaceful. Another one's up on Kerber Edge in the Peak District. I always seem to, find myself praying there. So take yourself to those places. But the other thing I do is I do scatter Bibles around the house.
Yeah.
I'm in a much smaller house now, but I do leave Bibles in nearly every room because you just find yourself picking up and flicking it through. It reminds you, and then that turns your heart to prayer.
Yeah.
So, there's other things
mate.
I do as well. But it's the disciplines, isn't it? The making sure that you are regularly praying and interceding for all the saints in all occasions and in the spirit. That's what the Bible says.
Yeah.
It says to do it. So, what about you?
That's good, that mate. I like that. Yeah, and for me, I've really tried to cultivate a bit of a morning routine. I find for me mornings, if I can get up early and before the kids, it has dropped away a bit in lockdown because it just was a weird transition in time. But yeah, if I can, the mornings for me are a really good time of a bit of worship music, just on my headphones. And that just sort of brings me into a bit of a headspace and talking to God.
What sort of time do you do that?
Well, there was a season when I would try and be up sort of 6 a.m. or half 5, 6 a.m. Walk, walk for a half hour or so, listening to worship and pray for half hour. And I'd also, because we've got like Dwell, the Bible app, and other apps where you can listen to the Bible online. Yeah, Audible.
Yeah, Dwell's good at that.
So yeah, so I've found as well, like listening to the Bible has been really good. Like, because you can, for a while, I was listening to the book of Colossians every day be read to me. And after a month of that, you start to discover that moments in your life, you start thinking scripture through it. You start applying the Bible to moments in your life. And otherwise, you can't recall those verses when you need them. So yeah,
I've got this weird thing going on at the moment, right? My cat keeps waking me up at 4:35 in the morning. Sits outside the door, meowing his head off until I get up. And then I sort him out. He doesn't need me to do anything. So he can go out the cat float and get his food and whatever. But he keeps waking me up every morning. And then if I go back to bed, he just keeps meowing. But if I get up, he totally ignores me. And I think it's the Lord saying I've got to do a dawn patrol. I think I'm being woken up like by a cat. I think I've got to
Why
do a
not?
5 o'clock call. Well, why not? I thought I'm
Yeah, why
awake
not?
when I get up. Yeah, why not?
That's it,
It's
mate.
again, it could just be seasons. It's not forever, is it? Well, it might be.
No, that's right. Well, but I think, like you're saying, it's good to have a mix. It's good to have a bit of a range of points you go. So, me walking and praying early morning if I can is amazing. If life and the flow of life just isn't permitting that, because you obviously have to go to bed early to be able to get up before the kids and all that, then find another time. Like you might enjoy EastEnders. I did that for a while. I used to watch telly when I was at uni, and then I realised I wasn't praying. So when EastEnders was on, I'd pray. I'd use that half hour to pray, and it's finding those moments. Or for us, like for Jen and I, going to the coast is a really powerful experience because you feel like, for us anyway, it's a time of connecting with God. And so yeah, I
Yeah,
think have a mixed bag of ways in which you pray and apply scripture and listen to the Bible and like you've
that's
always
it.
got worship on at home, haven't you, and stuff like that. And
Yeah, all worship app and all
it's
that
a
sort
good
of stuff.
habit.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
spiritual
You
routines.
got to keep yourself there, haven't you? Otherwise, if you don't, you're just going to get in trouble, I think. And at times when I don't do that, it's the times I start getting into trouble, you know. So,
Yeah,
yeah.
and it's
But
gradual.
also,
It's always gradual. Yeah,
we need a lot of wisdom, don't we, in decision making? No, we muck about,
yeah,
but we always need wisdom. And like you say, if you get the word in your heart, you find yourself speaking out in meetings. Oh, the Bible says
it's in
this,
your head.
or
Yeah, yeah,
it's
yeah.
in your head, you know. But that
Yeah,
dwell app
it's
is
weird.
very, very good. When you list use a
It
dwell
is.
app, who do you prefer reading the Bible? I like the African voice.
Yeah, I know the guy you mean. I can't remember his name. Not
Yeah.
Elliot. Is it? Is it Elliot? Or
No, not Elliot.
uh,
What's his name? You've done me
you'll
now.
find.
It's terrible when it happens. Hold on.
Yeah, it's an E. Begins with an E. I tend at the moment I'm doing light guitar instrumental music on about 25 30 on the volume, and I've
Yeah,
got David Suchet reading to me.
very
Yeah,
good.
you got to immerse yourself. While Beach is looking that up, Paul Lilly's commenting, quality meal. David Wilkinson's cross and switchblade journey all started with him watching less TV and praying more. Yeah, amazing. And what a guy David was. Sadly died in a car
Oh
crash
yeah.
a few years back, but amazing.
It's
Old
Felix.
school.
Mine's called Felix. Yeah.
Felix, that's it, Felix. Good tips
Yeah,
from
mate.
Paul Lilly. Andrew's saying thanks, brothers, for that great advice. Yeah, you got to keep your heart in the game. Otherwise, slowly you start to get a bit compromised. If you've not got the Bible regularly in your life, prayer and worship, you it's that subtle one step off the path, and then after a few weeks or months, you can't see the path anymore, and that it's easy, really
Yeah,
happens easy. But the good
yeah,
news
that's
is,
it.
if you are in that place and you just realise you've lost the path, turn turn now and say, Jesus, I want to get back on the path, and He puts you back on the path almost
Yeah.
instantly. That's what I've
And
found.
that dwell app is well worth it for a couple of quid, isn't it? And
Yeah,
24 quid a year or something. And I understand not everyone will be able to afford that at the moment, but I got it a while back, and it's a really good one. But there are other ones available. The U version will read the Bible to you.
U
That's
version. Yeah,
we've got a whole bunch of Bible studies in there as well. But I'd say, make those lists, get a little manual, something. I always say something tactile. You like picking up, get a Bible. You like picking up a
yeah,
notepad. You like picking up
yeah,
pens. You like using space. You like being in. Do what works for you. There's no set way, but what we've got to do is do it, isn't it?
yeah.
That's it. Bottom
Absolutely,
line.
mate. That's it.
Yeah.
There you go.
Right, mate. Well, I guess we'll be back next week. So
Yeah.
I'm on the tools next week. We'll see what I rustle up. See you later.